Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Latina Marie. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today's video, I kind of want to focus on two main topics that one, people have been asking me about, and two, I just feel like it would be some really good information. So let's not do too much talking before the talking, and let's get right into this video. So something that people have been asking is the crime rates, like how bad it is out here living in Las Vegas, because of course everybody knows about October 1, and that happened my second year out here. So I was out here for a whole year before that happened, I believe. Yeah, because I started work on October 17th and that hadn't happened yet. So my second year of being out here, we experienced that, and it was tragic. It was hard to believe that it happened. We really didn't know that it happened until the next morning, like hours later. Of course, we weren't down on the strip. We weren't at a country concert, but just our phones were blowing up. It was actually Alvin's mom who ended up telling us about it. My husband, it was actually his mom who ended up informing us about what was going on, because of course family was calling us and trying to make sure that we were okay. My little brother called me a few times, and I missed the call just because sleeping and trying to get rest to get my kids ready for school the next morning. So that was something that was really, of course, out of the ordinary. That does not happen every day or every week or every month. That's not something that's just always occurring. That was a situation that happened, and it was very tragic, and my heart and prayers still go out to the people who were affected by that. And then, I don't know if people know, but there was a crazy drunk lady or man or somebody who drove on the sidewalk down on the strip. Again, another occurrence, something that happened. It's not something that happens on the daily. And Las Vegas has actually taken a lot of steps to make sure that things like both of those incidents don't happen anymore. So I will say that this community is one that comes together very fast and very strong when things happen out of the ordinary for this city. So that's one thing to really pay attention to and understand. There's Vegas Strong everywhere, and they got it out fast. And you know, the amount of help and support that people were willing to give, locals and tourists were willing to put in and give to those who were affected by both of those situations, was just amazing. And it was crazy to see, but it was amazing to see. So as far as like things like that happening, no, that's not a daily, but I don't think that I needed to say that. I don't think that that needed to be mentioned. I think that that's pretty aware. Like I'm pretty sure that people know that things like that don't just happen. And honestly, no matter where you go, you're going to find incidents like that to happen. Like, you're never safe from things like that happening. So I just want to put that out there as far as like the crime. Like, those are big things that could happen anywhere. Nobody can predict that. But something that I do want to mention. Now, I don't live in a home out here. I live in an apartment complex out here. And the community that I live in seems to be very respectful and very together. We don't have many issues. There's not too many issues of break-ins and things like that. My apartment did get broken into on the second Christmas out here. My second Christmas out here. So it was the same year as the shooting, but I was across town. My husband's sister was in town that year, and we celebrated with her at her place, and we were gone pretty late in the night, and it was probably just a drunk or a homeless person. I don't think it was anybody who was maliciously out to hurt me or even thinking they were raiding my house for something, because they didn't take anything. They broke in, and they did take 2 tablets, and they took a mini board. A mini board is to make beats. But those are things that weren't worth much. The mini board was $60. I'm pretty sure they could probably sell it for maybe $100. The tablets were broken, and there's really nothing. They didn't even take chargers or anything. They didn't take the cords to the MIDI board. So this was definitely a person who was probably homeless or a drug addict or alcoholic or something. Like, that was the type of situation that happened to me. And it sucks. By no means am I saying that that's okay. And I should mention, I'm not in the best of areas. Like, where I live, where I'm located, is not the best of areas to be. So I'm surprised that this has not happened to me more than it has. But I'm blessed that it's not. I'm thankful that it's not a constant occurrence. But I do a pretty good job of locking my house up and making sure that things are, like, if anybody wanted to break in, it would be difficult for them. Another thing that, I would say, that person was able to get into my apartment is because the window that they came in is not a new window. There are new windows on these apartments, but that window is not new. That window is old, and for whatever reason, the property still won't change it. They still won't put in a new window because whatever reason, finances, I don't know. But you would think, with them knowing that our place was broken into, that they would want to replace it. So that's another thing that you kind of have to think about. I live in a Seagull, so I just want to make that clear too. It's not like a normal apartment complex. I'm pretty sure if something like that happened at a normal apartment complex and you reported that to your office, that they would do something about it. But Seagulls don't really care about you like that. So I just have to put that out there. They are a very helpful property to live in, but they don't help you when it comes to, like, outside of your finances. They don't care about you like that. So that sucks. But as far as, like, needing to get to Las Vegas and needing somewhere to stay, they're perfect. So I won't bash them. I just will put that out there. So someone also mentioned to me in my comment section that they've heard about break-ins being a huge thing here in Las Vegas, and it is. I want to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not trying to scare anybody from coming out here. I'm not trying to scare anybody from wanting to come out here. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm just being completely honest with you. In the nicer neighborhoods, I've heard it on the news plenty of times that people say, oh, I leave my car unlocked all the time because it doesn't seem like, and it's things like that. So when you're putting it out there for the world to know that you trust your neighborhood, you have to expect that things are going to go bad. But yeah, break-ins is oddly a common thing here, which is so juvenile. So it's teens, it's kids. I wouldn't take it that serious. I wouldn't, be that scared because it's kids. It's a juvenile situation. Like, a lot of the reports that have come about break-ins in these nice neighborhoods are like, they broke in but they didn't take it. Like my situation, they broke in but they didn't take anything worth taking. Like, I had a camera sitting on my TV, and they didn't take it. They didn't take anything that was worth actually taking. All they took was 2 tablets that were broken and a MIDI board without the cords or anything. So anybody who was willing to even buy that stuff from them wouldn't give you much. They'd probably give $20 for both tablets and maybe $30 for the MIDI board because there's no cords to it. I still have the cords. So it's stuff like that. Like, you hear about break-ins and stuff, but everybody's like, yeah, they broke in, but they didn't take anything worth taking. Maybe money sometimes if you have it sitting there. Of course, anybody's going to take money. But I think it's just common sense with those situations. It's a thing of lock your doors. Lock your car door. Don't leave with your doors wide open. Just be a little more smart about the way that you do things. I just have to make it very clear that no matter where you live, no matter where you move, even if it's not something that you can find online or information that you can find online, break-ins happen. Crime happens. There's no place in this world at this particular time in my life that I could move to and be like, you know what, I'm completely safe here. Even the safest city in the world is not completely safe. there's going to be crime everywhere. And I know that people understand that. I just want to make that clear, that yes, things happen here. Honestly, where I live, and I'm telling you, I don't live in the safest area. I live really close to the Strip. Like, I'm in walking distance of the Strip. And the Strip is nice, but outside of the Strip is those areas aren't the nicest, depending on what side you're on. And I'm not going to tell you what side I'm on. But I'm not in the nicest area. But even though I'm not in, honestly, if I had thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars to have made my move out here and was able to check out where I wanted to stay, where I am is nowhere near where I would have wanted to be. I would have made sure that I had the finances to be able to get somewhere safer or nicer, in my opinion. But even though I'm not in the nicest area, a lot of things don't happen around here. Like, it's weird to me. I was telling a Lyft driver not too long ago that the police are always over here, but there's never really anything going on. I mean, I know because it's not the best area. There was crime that had to have been going on at some point, but it's like companies are buying property and stuff like that and trying to clean it up. And I guess you have to be patient, of course, but I just don't see the crime like the police sees it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the police are over here for domestic stuff and for somebody who may be selling drugs or things like that. But it's never a thing of there was a shooting yesterday and the day before, and there's going to be one tomorrow. And it's not... I've never experienced anything like that. Of course you hear about shootings, but in Michigan I heard about it too. So it's like, based on having kids, if everything that has happened within the time that I've been here, if I had known about it before, like if I was still in Michigan and I heard about everything that has happened in the time that I've been here, I wouldn't say that that's enough for me to be like, no, I can't bring my kids there. Like, I'd be hesitant. I definitely would think about it. I was thinking about it before I knew any of that stuff. So, yeah, it's on my mind. It's always going to be on your mind. You want to live in the nicest, safest place. But one thing that I like to remind my husband of is you have to be the change you want to see in the world. So if you want to see a clean neighborhood, you have to clean your neighborhood. If you want a safe neighborhood, you have to be safe. If you want the crime to go down in your neighborhood, you can participate in making that happen. Lock your doors. Remind people to lock their doors. There are things to do no matter where you are. And I know Las Vegas doesn't really seem like that type of place where it's like, yeah, the communities are just... But actually, the way that people are with each other out here is absolutely amazing. People are always willing to get to know each other. I don't know if it's just this small community that I'm in within my apartment complex that is like that, but I doubt it because I feel like everywhere I go, people are so helpful. Like, I don't experience a lot of things that I experienced in Michigan out here. Like, I mean, sometimes I do. Like yesterday, I took my son to the doctor and he dropped his toy and this guy just looked at him and I was like, why are you just looking at him? Let's be an adult and pick it up. Like, I mean, is it his responsibility to pick it up? No, but could you be helpful? Yeah. Like, sometimes you get those people, but sometimes, majority of the time, like, even earlier in the day yesterday, we went to Walmart, me, my husband, and our same son. We were walking, and I kid you not, I thought I had my resting bitch face on. But this lady just came up to me, and she was so sweet and so nice, and she's like, hi, how are you? Like, just really nice. And I was like, me and my husband was like, what? That is so random, so weird. And he's like, where's my hat? Why nobody saying hi to me? And it's just things like that happen. I don't want to downplay the fact that things do happen here, because they do. But I based on the crime, I wouldn't say it's a reason not to move your family here. I know that people are concerned about their kids and things like that. You can definitely find areas that are super safe, super nice, and super comfortable for you. But if you're that concerned about that, I would say save a little money to be able to make a trip out and take a drive around. You know, even if it's just a day trip, I would say save some money for that before you make that move, because my idea of safe may not be your idea of safe, which makes this video so hard to talk about, because it makes it really hard to take someone else's opinion. Like, that was something that I did not research on YouTube. I researched it like through Google and to find out things like that, but that was something I didn't want people's opinion on, because somebody's opinion on safeness may be completely different than mine. But I just want you guys to know that I've never lied to you. I'm completely honest, and I want people to have the same experience that I have had. But you're not me, so you won't have the same experience as me. God has a plan in store for you, and as crazy as this may sound, it might be for your house to get robbed. I don't know. I that's a lesson that needs to be taught for you. I don't know, like that, and that's what I mean. Like, I think if things like that is seriously that important to you, I would consider saving enough, even if it's just you, or you and your family, you and your husband, you and a friend. Just I would save a little bit of, like, honestly, if you could, like, if you're not too far to make the drive, I would say just drive out and drive around the city, and make sure you take every turn. Drive around the city and find an area where you will be able to fit your budget and fit your comfortability, you know, as far as like how safe it looks and feels to you. But even again, no matter how safe it looks to you, anything can happen. You know, I've never been robbed before, and somebody broke into our apartment, and I still wouldn't be like, because I'm still here, like, I'm still in the same apartment. I was never at any point like, okay, we've got to get out of here, we got to go back to Michigan, or nothing like that, because things happen. And honestly, it brought me back to earth, because for a second I was in this mindset that nothing bad could happen to us. I was doing things and making moves that, you know, my family and I probably shouldn't have been making, and it was like, okay, we got to be a little more smart. We got to take more precaution. So again, that's what I mean, like, that it might be for you. Sorry, this lipstick is weird. But yes, that is the crime situation. I know a lot of people have been asking and are curious about it and wondering about it. Again, I just want to stress, if it is that serious to you, if you are that concerned about it, that you don't think that you can just make the move without knowing, try to save a couple $100s and come out and take a drive and just see the city and drive around different neighborhoods and find out what will be best for you and what will work for you. I think that's the best way to do it, and I 100% think it would benefit anybody. So, on to our next topic. Hello. Okay, so next thing I want to talk about, nobody really asked about this, but I just think it should be mentioned. Honestly, I think this would determine if you want to move out here with kids or not. So as I mentioned earlier, I took my son to go get his shots yesterday. Well, I mentioned that it took him to the doctor yesterday. He had to go get shots. The doctor's office that we went to, I will not say, because I don't want to put a bad taste in anybody's mouth, and I don't want to stop a business from growing. But I think you should definitely be cautious with the pediatricians that you pick out here. Of course, hospitals always take a really long time. The emergency room, you're always waiting. But if I go to a doctor's office or a clinic or a quick care or something like that, med care center, I'm expecting to get in and get out a lot faster than I would if I went to the emergency room. That's just me. I don't think I'm asking for too much. I don't think that that's an outrageous request. I don't think that's an outrageous expectation. But the the pediatrician that I take my kids to, there are a lot of things that I don't like about it. One thing that I do like is that they accept walk-ins. So if you are last minute or your kid just all of a sudden gets really sick and instead of going to the emergency room, you'd rather have them go to the pediatrician, you definitely can do that. So I do like that. The con to that situation is that you have to wait because people do have appointments. And that's understandable. And honestly, I think that's a thing that happens with all pediatricians. Like in Michigan, I could take my kids to the pediatrician even if they didn't have an appointment. Like, is there any openings today? Or I could call and make an appointment for that day. So there are things like, I think all doctor's offices have that option where it's like, it may not be a walk-in, but you can call that day, or you can go and they can say, well, yeah, but you'll have like an hour wait or something like that, which is totally cool, understandable, and fine. Excuse me. So I walked in yesterday. I did not make an appointment because I didn't know what time I was going to be able to take him because I had other things going on yesterday. So I take him to the doctor's at like 2:45. We get there about 2:45. I kid you not, I did not leave until after 6:30. This is absolutely ridiculous because all he needed was shots. So I would say the wait time of getting back to the doctor was super appropriate. It was about an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour wait, which, one, people have appointments, the flu is going around, so, that's totally to be expected that it was going to be a long wait in the waiting area. When I get to a room, I'm expecting things to move. Like, I'm expecting that you've put me back here because you're ready, you have the time, you have the space. We get to a room, we wait for another 2 hours. My son ended up falling asleep. Now he's hysterical. He ain't waking up to get a shot. He don't want this. Like, that's not what he wants. So I was very upset with that situation just because it took way too long for them to get 2 shots done. And I understand, like, the waiting room was super busy. Other people had walked in. It was just chaotic. And the thing is, every time I go, even when I make appointments at this pediatrician, I'm still there all day. I made an appointment for my twins when they turned 4 for, I think it was an 11 o'clock appointment. We didn't leave until maybe 4. We didn't get out of there until about 4. And it's ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, the wait time that happens at this place. This morning, I went to strictly get the shot records for my son so that I could take them up to his school. I just needed you to print them out. Why was I there for an hour and a half waiting for a printed piece of paper? Like, I just don't understand. I'm super confused as to why it took an hour and a half for you to print a piece of paper. So I just think when you are looking for a pediatrician, which I've never had the issue of things like that happening. And in Michigan, I went to the pediatrician that I went to as a kid, which I never had a problem with, but then I switched to a different hospital, and again, I didn't have any issues. I didn't have to do like this super drawn out background research. I didn't have to do any of that. Like, none of that was on my mind of like, well, how long do they usually take? And like, none of that was on my mind. And it's like, those are things that you definitely, and it's like, as a parent, you don't want that to be your stress. Like, you've got 1,050,000 other things to do. Why am I concerning myself? Like, why am I stressing over how long I'm going to be sitting at the doctor's? Like, I'm dreading not taking him because we're going to be there all day. That is a concern of mine because, one, I have 3 other kids. So if I have to take one of them or my twins, I'm concerned because I got these other kids that need to be taken care of too. And if my husband's at work, that means all of them have to go with me. And now I got 4 crazy kids running around the doctor's office because we sitting in here for 5 hours when this isn't necessary. So I just think that's something that you definitely should consider when going to the doctors and picking a pediatrician. I am definitely in the process of finding a new pediatrician. Also, I want to mention, at this pediatrician that we go to, they don't have a set doctor, which I really don't like. Every time they go, they see someone different, which is absolutely ridiculous. I think, I'm not even, like, I feel like the place that I take them is a clinic and not a pediatrician's office, and they don't advertise it like that. So that could just be the case with this situation. I could just be taking them to a clinic and don't even know it, which sucks, because at a clinic, of course, they don't do all the things that your actual pediatrician would do for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if anyone was to ever ask me, is there any regrets that I have about moving out here, that would be my number 1 regret. I loved my pediatricians in Michigan. I hate the pediatricians out here. I just feel like I don't get the answers that I need. I hate it. And honestly, had I known that it was like that out here, that probably would have been a little bit to make me say, oh, let's rethink this move. Like it really would have had me on my toes about it. So I just want to put that out there because, you know, I never know, you never know how you feel about a pediatrician, how you feel about doctors and all of that. And I just want to make it known that that is a concern of mine. And I know that kids was the big topic for today, basically. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you like this makeup look, I know this is like, what? Makeup look? This is a beauty channel. I just like to talk about my life as far as like my move to Las Vegas, and I know that it helps people. But you know what would really help me is if you guys would subscribe to my channel and check out some of my beauty videos. I know that most of you are only... Excuse me. I know that most of you are only here for these types of videos, and I definitely appreciate it. I'm not hating anybody for wanting to know about this stuff, because honestly, it's really interesting. It's really helpful, and I'm happy that I can be that help. But I'm loving doing makeup, so for all you ladies and men who want to know how I got this look, if you're interested in how I got this look, let me know down in the comment section and with a thumbs up, and I will do a tutorial on it. If you guys like this video, if it was super helpful, if you have any more questions, if you would like me to go in depth about anything else, everything that I say in these videos is not fact. It is just my opinion. So don't take anything that I say and go Googling it and like, oh, you're wrong. These are all my opinions. It's about things that I've gone through. It's about things that I've heard, things that I've talked to people about, things that I've seen. These are all my life experiences, and I'm just giving you my opinions on them and telling you whether it's worth the move or not. But yeah, I hope it was helpful. I hope you guys got a lot out of it, because I don't know why, but I had a lot of fun filming this video today. Maybe it's because I feel really pretty, and I don't know, but yeah. If you guys like this video, let me know with a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. It would definitely help me and will allow me to keep making videos for you guys. So yeah, I love you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.